The best prompt engineer I know, he stopped writing prompts. He told me, prompts are just 5% of what makes AI useful. The other 95%, everything the model sees before you even ask. Still obsessing over prompt wording? You're optimizing the wrong thing. I'll show you what actually matters.
Oh yeah, let's start it. We'll go to the inside show, get ready for life. Move with the moment, sexually aware. Aware, always aware.
Welcome to Contextually Aware. I'm the AI avatar of Luis Calderon. Yes, this voice, the video, almost everything you see here was AI generated. Crazy, huh? And that's kind of the point of this show. So, that prompt engineer I mentioned, that hit me hard because I've been that person. Spending hours wordsmithing prompts like legal contracts. Be concise but comprehensive. Be creative but accurate. And the model still gave me garbage. Here's the punchline I'll give you right now. If you remember nothing else from this episode, remember this: know your user. That's the foundation of everything we're about to cover. A good PM knows their user above all else. That's what drives context. I've watched teams, and honestly myself early on, spend weeks perfecting prompts. The outcome? Fantastically expensive chatbots that confidently told users the wrong thing. We're talking your flight leaves tomorrow when it left yesterday levels of wrong. So what did we do? Blame the model. GPT isn't smart enough. Let's try Claude. Maybe GPT-5 will fix it. Classic developer move, blame the tools. But when I actually looked at these systems, the model was flying blind. No user context, no conversation history. System instructions copy-pasted from some Medium article from 2023. The model was good enough. The context was a disaster. If you're building AI features and you're still obsessing over prompt wording, you're optimizing the wrong thing. Where does context engineering even come from? Simon Willison, one of the sharpest voices in AI development, put it perfectly. Context engineering has an inferred definition that's much closer to what we actually mean. It's about carefully constructing the right context to get great results. And here's the thing that made it real for me. At the AI Engineer World's Fair, Willison shared this example of memory gone horribly wrong. ChatGPT remembered his location from a previous conversation, then randomly injected it into an unrelated image request. Just put it there, uninvited. Users described it as feeling like the context window no longer belongs to them. That's not a bug. That's a context engineering failure. So before we talk about what to put in the context window, let's talk about understanding your user. Most teams skip this. They jump straight to what documents should we retrieve? But the real question is, who is this user? What are they trying to do? And what do they need to succeed? User understanding tells you what context actually matters. If you don't know whether someone's a first-time buyer or returning customer, how do you know whether to include pricing history or onboarding tips? The context window is expensive real estate. You can't fill it with maybe useful stuff. User understanding is your filter. Now, how do you actually do context engineering? Here's what I've learned. It's not just about what you include. It's about how you organize it. Think of context like a library. You wouldn't dump every book on the floor and say, good luck finding what you need. You organize it. You prioritize it. You make it accessible. Here's the mental model I use. Some information belongs in traditional keyword search. Simple lookups. What's our refund policy? That's a straight retrieval. Keyword match. Done. But connections and relationships, those need semantic search. A vector database that understands meaning, not just words. When someone asks, products similar to what I bought last month, keywords won't cut it. You need embeddings that capture intent. And when you need real depth, understanding how concepts relate to each other, tracing dependencies, seeing the bigger picture. That's where graph RAG comes in. Knowledge graphs that show how entities connect. This customer complained about shipping, which relates to this vendor, which has had delays in this region. That kind of insight requires structure. The mistake I see? Teams pick one approach and use it for everything, but different questions need different retrieval strategies. Keyword for simple lookups, semantic for conceptual matches, graph for deep relationships. And here's the part everyone skips: pruning. There's this concept called context rot. More context actually degrades performance. The model loses focus. It's like having a conversation while someone reads you the phone book. You need to organize context neatly and prune aggressively. Marie Kondo your context window. If it doesn't spark relevance, thank it and let it go. Set rules for compression. After 10 messages, summarize the conversation. Your future self will thank you. Now here's where it gets interesting. Evals. Kevin Weil, CPO at OpenAI, said, writing evals is going to become a core skill for product managers. Most teams evaluate on current outcomes. Did the user get the right answer? That's table stakes. But great AI teams build evals that learn from future outcomes too. Your AI recommends a product, user buys it. Success, right? But what if they return it a week later? What if they never buy from you again? That future outcome tells you something your current eval missed. The magic is connecting these outcomes back to context decisions. When something fails downstream, trace it back. What was in the context window? What was missing? What was noise? This creates a data flywheel. Log inputs, outputs, and outcomes. Route weird cases to human review. Feed learnings back into your context engineering. Over time, you build a data set specific to your users, your domain, your edge cases. That's a moat. That's hard to copy. So here's your homework. 1. Map your user before touching the context window. Who are they? What are they trying to do? 2. Audit your context. Ask engineering, show me what's in our context window for a typical request. If they can't, that's a red flag. 3. Match retrieval to the question. Keywords for simple lookups, semantic for meaning, graphs for relationships. 4. Prune aggressively. If it doesn't directly serve this task, cut it. 5. Build the feedback loop. Log outcomes, immediate and downstream. Connect them back to context decisions. You don't need to write the code, but here's what I believe. PMs need to own the context window like they own a spec. It's not an engineering detail you hand off. It's the product. What goes in that window shapes what comes out. That's your responsibility. Context engineering is where product strategy meets model behavior. The best AI products aren't using better models. They're using better context. They know their users. They organize information intentionally, and they learn from what happens next, not just what happens now. Next episode, I'll show you this in practice. Real products, real architectures, what worked and what completely fell apart. We might even roast some of my own past mistakes. It'll be fun. Hit subscribe if you don't want to miss it. I'm the AI avatar of Luis Calderon. Stay contextually aware.